On the Hawkeye Sports Network from Learfield, this is the Fight for Iowa podcast. Brought to you by Athletico Physical Therapy, proud partner of the Iowa Hawkeyes and the Big Ten Conference. Hy-Vee, where there's a helpful smile in every aisle. Iowa's corn farmers of the Iowa Corn Growers Association and Iowa Corn Promotion Board. You may think Iowa grows corn, but the truth is, corn grows Iowa. Shields, we're right there with you in Des Moines, Sioux City, Iowa City, and Cedar Falls. University of Iowa Healthcare, changing medicine, changing lives. This is the Fight for Iowa podcast. Here's the voice of the Hawkeyes, Gary Dolphin.
Iowa basketball's first-year director of player development and recruiting, Tristan Spurlock, grew up on the East Coast and is a former Mr. Virginia basketball after averaging 23 points, 9 rebounds, 4 assists, and 3 block shots his senior year. With a line like that, Spurlock was offered a scholarship to the Virginia Cavaliers and Coach Tony Bennett. He transferred midway through college to Central Florida, where he averaged 10 points and 5 boards. With productive numbers like those, Spurlock has fit right in with the Hawkeyes' fast-paced transition offense. Coach Fran McCaffery has hit a long 3 with this hire. You'll meet Coach Tristan Spurlock in a minute on this week's Fight for Iowa, sponsored by UIHC, Iowa Corn, Shields, and Athletico.
More of the Fight for Iowa podcast after this.
After a cancer diagnosis, it's natural to want to start treatment right away. But first, get a second opinion from a team that specializes in your cancer. I'm Dr. George Weiner, Director of University of Iowa Holden Comprehensive Cancer Center. Before you start treatment, you deserve to be confident you have the right diagnosis and know every option available to you. So whether it's with us or somewhere else, get a second opinion. It can change your care and your life.
Join Gary Dolphin and Bobby Hansen for Hawk Talk with Fran McCaffery each week at the Hyatt Regency Hotel in Coralville. Hawk Talk is 90 minutes of discussion about Iowa basketball. Check out HawkeyeSports.com for more information.
Hey everyone, I'm Mark Wahlberg, and I have some exciting news to share. At Wahlburgers, we are all about bringing the family together to enjoy a great meal and have a great time. That's why right now, for a limited time, kids eat free every day at all Hy-Vee Wahlburger locations. Kids 12 and under can enjoy one free kids meal with any purchase of an adult burger, sandwich, or entree salad.
Bring the family to Wahlburgers and the Wahlburgers and Hy-Vee stores, where right now kids can eat free.
Now back to the Fight for Iowa podcast. Here's the voice of the Hawkeyes, Gary Dolphin.
Hired 6 months ago by Iowa basketball coach Fran McCaffery, skill development coach Tristan Spurlock's office is Mediacom Court inside Carver Hawkeye Arena, helping Peyton Sanford get up extra shots, encouraging Patrick McCaffery with a variety of drills, and executing proper rebounding positions with Philip Rabracha. Coach McCaffery likes what he sees in Tristan Spurlock.
He's constantly in the gym with our guys. They love him. They relate to him. He was a terrific player. Had a professional career and really understands the game. So, from an X and O, from a technical standpoint, he's really good. From a drills perspective and trying to help our guys get better. But I think, probably just as importantly, his ability to communicate and relate with our guys in ways that he can help them. If it's a guy that's struggling or if it's a guy that's, young and just trying to figure it out, we're all going through different things throughout the course of a year, and he's a guy that really recognizes and knows what each of our guys, what makes them tick, and can get positively into their head and really help them. So he's been a phenomenal addition to our program.
Tristan Spurlock might not have come to Iowa had it not been for his engagement to Madison Ray McGriff, who hails from New Sharon. The coach and family man Tristan Spurlock joins us after this time out on the Fight for Iowa podcast.
More of the Fight for Iowa podcast after this.
We all love a good win, catching up with friends, saving money at the pump, soaking up the perfect Iowa day, sitting down to a really, really good meal. These are the everyday delights that make us smile. These are the moments that connect us all as Iowans. And these are the wins that, more often than not, start with Iowa's farm families and the crop they're growing. Because when corn grows Iowa, Iowans win. Learn more about how to share your own wins at iowacorn.org/Iowans win.
You don't have to go to the game to get a game program. You can download it now by visiting the game day page on HawkeyeSports.com. That's right, the game program is now digital and it's free. So check it out. Get the roster, the stats, and fascinating stories about today's matchup. Just go to HawkeyeSports.com and click on Game Day.
Oh, you know that old injury of yours? The one in your knee or maybe back? Instead of going to the doctor and then doing physical therapy, why not start with therapy first? Athletico Physical Therapy is changing the whole healing process around. Their physical therapists will find the source of your pain and help fix it. Start with them and start living pain-free. Just like that.
It all starts with Athletico Physical Therapy. Schedule your free assessment at athletico.com. No prescription needed. Proud partner of the Iowa Hawkeyes.
Now back to the Fight for Iowa podcast. Here's the voice of the Hawkeyes, Gary Dolphin.
The Hawkeyes' new director of player development, Tristan Spurlock, has seen it all in his specialized area. As college basketball has skyrocketed in popularity, skill development has gravitated from very little to loose leaf to indispensable.
I think for me, like you said, 10 years ago, I didn't have a player development guy. Our assistant coaches had so much on them, from recruiting to scouting to, working us out. So for me, I kind of just want to be a relief for, Matt and C and Sherm and be able to be around those guys every single day and be a constant for them. Sherm's on the road, Matt, C, and coach. So for me to be there every single day, what I just try to do is just whatever they need, whether it be, a quick little watch some film together, quick workout, quick, just talking and just making sure they're okay. And, for me, my first year, I just try to do what Tristan would have needed at 20, 21 years old,
The science of player development has also changed drastically, from getting enough sleep or emphasizing enough sleep to healthy eating habits and beyond.
No, it definitely has. I mean, and for me, have just got done playing professionally, I kind of got a little bit of an insight of what it takes to keep your body at a high level. So for me, I tell those guys all the time, they got to get sleep, got to eat the right things, what they're putting in their body. And I mean, it's such a different age now that we feed them so much. I mean, they get training table after practice, and when we're on break, they get fed 2-3 times a day. So we take them and put them in the right areas to get the food, and also just come in and put the work in. I mean, we got guys who love being in the gym way more than I was at 21, and they're so mature about their work and their work ethic, and it really shows.
You're also the director of recruiting. This is a pretty good class coming in. Your general thoughts about the four-man group? Wow.
I mean, we got some guys. And I mean, we got some dynamic guys, from Logie to Price to Owen and Brock. I mean, I love that Owen and Brock are playing together. I saw that they just took Simeon, which is like, a really nationally respected school, down to the wire. Could have went either way, last-minute shot. Price just put up 40. He's every bit of a bucket getter, and he's 6'6", 6'7", slender, and can shoot it. And then Logie, man, I think Logie's going to be something that, we haven't had from that 4 position in a while. I mean, he can step out and shoot it. He's tough down low, rugged, go down there and post up really hard. Those guys, that's going to be a really good class, and they work. So that's going to be really good for us. They work.
Last thing, your future bride is from New Sharon, originally, right down the road here from Iowa City, or from Iowa City. That's great Hawkeye country, Oskaloosa and Pella, New Sharon.
Yes, it is. I mean, my mother-in-law is a huge, huge Hawkeye fan, was before me, will be after me, no matter what. She's going to be there, so I love it, too. I get to have my kids, my daughter and my son. My son's 1, my daughter's 2. And, hours before the game, I bring them on the court, let them run around, let them get a, basketball. My daughter helps rebound, which is, her take the ball and go sit down. That's her way of helping. But no, man, I love it here. I always get these guys. We have certain recruits come in and, from bigger cities, and they always ask, like, how did you transition, or how? And I say, I love it. It's calm. It's relaxing. I get a real good college feel. And then I get to go home and just not have to worry about certain things. And it's really a beautiful place to be.
Great high school player you were on the D.C., Maryland, Virginia area, from Virginia originally. You cast your lot with Tony Bennett and the Virginia Cavaliers. Great program. Finished up at Central Florida. So you learned a lot in your collegiate career before you turned pro.
I did. I was blessed. I grew up in a city where guys come out of there and are really good. Kevin Durant was a senior my freshman year. I got to play with him. Gravis Vasquez. My high school produced a lot of really good, talented guys. Terrence Ross, who's still in the NBA, Justin Anderson, a lot of guys. And then I decided to play for Tony Bennett. That was a beautiful decision. I got some friends and people at UVA that I still talk to this day. I love them. And then when I transferred to UCF, that's where I really got to play my game, get up and down, be fast-paced, be athletic. And Donnie Jones was really instrumental in helping me starting my coaching career. So I loved every minute of my college career, and just being where I'm from, was huge too. And it's a lot of talent there. Luka Garza, shout out to Luka. He's from that, D.C., Maryland, Virginia area, and we just blend in together, and it was beautiful.
So here you are in Iowa City at the University of Iowa. What drew you to the Hawkeyes? I guess what clicked with you and Coach McCaffery in the interview process, and the appeal, I guess, of the Hawkeyes? Obviously, it's a Big Ten program. That's usually enough.
So for me, was I came to my first practice. It was 2 years ago. I was still playing at the time, and I had never been to any other practices besides, UCF and Virginia. So being able to see a different practice, and when I was sitting there, I was thinking like, man, if I was 18 years old, I would love to play here. I mean, Coach was getting guys running up and down, and, I have that UCF connection with Coach Spurlock as well, and being able to, have a conversation with him and talk to him, and just seeing how guys were moving and playing and go, cut, go. And I was like, man, 18-year-old athletic young Tristan would have been dying to be here. Like, I would have been running around up in here dunking and running, flying. And, for me to just be able to sit there and think that, I could some way help and impact. It's and the other part is timing. I mean, God's timing is amazing. I mean, for the fact that, me thinking about being done, and, Billy Taylor being able to go get an Elon position, and, being able, Coach Spurlock stepping down, and, C stepping up, and Mac joining. It was a position that was open, and, me and Coach sat down, and it made sense, and I've just enjoyed my time ever since.
Well, we're delighted to have you as well. Now, you're not an old guy.
No,
I mean, you played 10, 12 years ago. So how is the game different in your view as a player? You played at the highest level from 10, 15 years ago in your mind.
I would say the threes. For me, I think I went back and, the guys, they always joking, oh, what'd you do this game versus this guy? So I think my career high in three attempts, attempted was maybe 7. And I did that maybe twice, and these guys get 7, 8, 9, 10 up a game. And I just think that's, for me, I would have loved to get 9 threes up a game, making 4 or 3 of them. I would have been good with that. So, and I was like a 35, 36 career three-point shooter. So that's the biggest thing for me, is just the way the three ball has just become so instrumental in how everyone plays. I mean, 1 through 4 shoot the three for us, and Phil, he can step out there and hit one area now and then. Now, we love him down low more, but, I mean, just being able to have guys do workouts, and, then you got to do spot shooting, and they do mid-range and three-point spot shooting is amazing to me, and it's something that I'm even more interested to see, will there ever be another Luka Garza, really throw you the ball 20 times in the post and just go get you one?
And that, as we've learned, you mentioned the three, as we've learned this year, no double-digit lead is safe. No. Iowa's roared back from a number of 10, 12, 15-point deficits via the three. And at the same time, you don't want to be ahead. If you're ahead 10 or 15, you want to keep the foot on the gas pedal.
No, for sure. I mean, I think we have shooters. I mean, that's one thing I saw this summer, being able to be around these guys. They consistently work on shooting. Peyton Sanford, I mean, for him to have went through that struggle and be able to bounce back, and I think right now he's sitting at 35, 36%. Shooting is amazing. I mean, that just shows the testament. Him, Chris Murray shoots a lot. I mean, they work Patrick McCaffery tirelessly. Even Connor, I mean, for him to have his first full summer of no baseball and just work. I mean, he came in every day, 10:30, hey, let's get work. And it shows. It really shows. And then you have a guy like Josh Dix who's super confident, and he couldn't even run full speed this summer. And now he's out there playing major minutes at the point spot. It's just amazing. These guys work. And, for us, I think it's consistency with shooting the three and getting stops, timely stops. We play so fast and we play so up-tempo. It's hard to, be up-tempo team will score 100 and hold you to 50. So we'll give up some baskets, but our guys are learning now, okay, we got to get timely stops. On the road, we have to get these 3 stops in a row. We have to, in order to make a push here or stop here, we got to get these stops. And I think, as we mature during the year, we're learning that.
Tristan Spurlock, energetic and excited to be Iowa's recruiting and director of player development. Once this season is over, he'll turn his focus to the Hawkeyes' highly regarded group of incoming recruits. Moline High School 6'11" Owen Freeman and guard Brock Harding, 6'9", 250-pound forward Laji Dembele out of Newark, New Jersey, and 6'7" sharpshooter Price Sanford of Hawkeye, Peyton's younger brother. A final thought on Fight for Iowa in just a minute.
More of the Fight for Iowa podcast after this.
Knowing that I can make a difference in my patients' lives keeps me motivated every single day. Hi, I'm Dr. Kanya Ferguson at University of Iowa Healthcare. With academic medicine, we see the toughest cases, so we're always innovating. And we bring the best minds together to collaborate, so there's more brain power focused on you. Because that leads to exceptional care for our patients and our community. See how at uihc.org.
Hawkeye fans, join Rob Brooks and Lisa Bluter each week from 6 to 7 for Hawk Talk at Bumps Restaurant, presented by Oak Knoll. View the season schedule at HawkeyeSports.com.
Hey, Hawkeyes fans, the wait is over. The Iowa men's and women's basketball teams are back on the court, and Shields has everything you need to cheer on your favorite players all season long. Take your game day gear to the next level with Shields Fan Shop. We have an unmatched lineup of gear, including jerseys, hats, hoodies, and more to help you show off your team colors. So gear up, Hawkeyes fans, and celebrate all season with Shields, a proud partner of Iowa basketball and hoops fans everywhere.
Now back to the Fight for Iowa podcast. Here's the voice of the Hawkeyes, Gary Dolphin.
University of Iowa junior Caitlin Clark has been named to the Nancy Lieberman Point Guard of the Year mid-season top 10. That announced by the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame on Monday. This season, Clark is the only player in the country with more than 550 points, 160 rebounds, 160 assists, and 30 steals. And spring training isn't far off. Hawkeye sophomore pitcher Brody Breck, also a pretty good football player, was named a preseason third-team All-American this week by Baseball America. Baseball America annually polls major league teams to vote for its preseason All-America team, asking that they make their selections based on performance, talent, and professional potential. I'm Gary Dolphin. Thanks for tuning in. That's this week's Fight for Iowa podcast. Go Hawks.
You've been listening to the Fight for Iowa podcast. Hawkeye fans, remember to hit the subscribe button on your favorite podcast app. Once you become a Fight for Iowa podcast subscriber, you'll automatically receive the latest episodes of the Fight for Iowa podcast, the Hawkeyes Voice podcast, Hawk Talk replays, exclusive game day content, and more. Until next time, on Iowa, and go Hawks! The preceding has been a Learfield presentation on the Hawkeye Sports Network.